What's up guys, welcome back to the QPR career mode. This is episode 3. Hopefully you're enjoying the series so far. If you haven't watched the first episodes, I would recommend you to go and watch them first before you watch this one, so you know what's going on in the series. Today there is actually a big game against Brentford that you'll see at the end. However, right now we do have our final scout reports. We did get 2 very good players from Sweden. Unfortunately, none of the 4 players from Italy were any good. And we did get a couple of good goalkeepers here from England. Roberts looks very good already. He's already 62 rated, I believe. And that's not too far off our current keeper. However, I'm not going to start him yet because obviously it's not like we're not secure enough in the league based on the fact that we've only played a few matches to start like messing around and playing young players that aren't good enough right now. However, I do think he'll get into the team before too long if he trains hard and goes up in rating. Right now I'm just sending the scouts back out because we need to keep the players coming through. We don't have a lot of money to go and spend, so hopefully these players, some of them we can keep if they have good potential and are high rated, or if they're high rated without that high potential, we can always sell them because they'll be valued quite a bit. The first game of the episode was against Cardiff, who were second in the league and had only lost 1 match all season. Fortunately, however, we couldn't get the win in that match. We did lose 1-0, which was unfortunate. It was expected though because they've had such a good start to the season. I think we're overperforming a little bit. But even with that loss, we're still in 9th, you know, so it's not disastrous. We're still, above the board expectations. I think they do just want a mid-table finish, and right now we're achieving that, so that's obviously good. I'm not expecting playoffs, but it would be nice to get them. But even though I do think we would get battered in the Premier League, maybe next season if we make a few signings in the transfer window, we'll be able to challenge to get promoted next year, which would be nice because I don't want to stay in the Championship for too long. Our next game was against Blackburn, and as you can see in the background, there was a press conference. It's not, it did go pretty well, but like I said last time, it's not too hard for that to happen because it's very repetitive, and hopefully EA will fix that for next year so it's a bit more challenging. We did manage to beat Blackburn 2-1 at home. Unfortunately, one of our defensive midfielders picked up an injury for 6 weeks, so he'll be out for a month and a bit. He'll miss a few games. Luckily, however, we do have a few good defensive and central midfielders, so we should be able to replace him for the next 6 weeks until he can come back. As you see there, Roberts is getting trained. King did get an F in the last training session, however he did redeem himself here with an A. So that's good because if you remember from last episode, he was getting very high grades in training. Hopefully he can carry that on. And our next game was against Hull, a brilliant 3-0 win. Unfortunately, other defensive midfielder did get injured. It was only a 7-day injury, however, so it won't be long until he's back. And our next game was against Reading. Another training session here. Again, goalkeeper's doing decent, which is always good, as you know, the higher rating they get, the more value they'll get and the more money we can sell them for. We were home against Reading, and I was thinking about playing our second team, which I eventually did do because our first team was very tired, and our next game was the big one against Brentford. We just managed to get a 1-1 draw with our second team, so it wasn't too bad because, you know, Reading were probably playing their first team, so you know, you got to take what you can from that. But we did go back into the playoffs briefly, but before the Brentford game we did drop back out again. Presumably one of the other teams hadn't played on that day, or they've already played the extra match now. And we did have a press conference before the big game against Brentford. For those that don't know, Brentford are local rivals to QPR, 2 teams based in West London obviously, and they are the 2 local clubs to me. Before the match I did want to get the best results possible in the press conference so that my players' stats were boosted as much as possible because I was actually playing the match. that was the team I decided to go out with, and yeah, I did decide to go with a different formation because I personally do prefer this formation over the one that is on the team sheet. We started the game running here with De La Vega, who unfortunately got injured in the very first minute, but luckily he could play through it, so it wasn't too bad. First chance of the game actually did fall to us. Eberechi Eze played it through to Wells here, who chipped over to Jose Samuel, but unfortunately the shot was very tame, straight at the keeper. Should have done a bit better than that. Brentford now were on the attack. They're playing the ball nicely on this right wing. They got it back through the middle, and brilliant 1-2 here. Got it here with Da Silva. Shot, good save from the keeper. From the resulting corner, they almost scored again. It was a fantastic goal line clearance from one of our players there to save us from going a goal down, which would have not been good because Brentford are a good team, and if they did go 1-0 up, you never know, they could have gone more defensive. However, we managed to get the ball, and we ran down the right here with Jose Samuel down the right wing, paced past the left back, cut inside, and Wells unfortunately couldn't put the ball in. It was a fantastic block from one of their defenders this time to save them a goal. It would have been a brilliant counter-attack from us. And from the throw-in, we had another chance with De La Vega. Fortunately, the shot wasn't great, and it was straight at the keeper. And the next highlight fell to Brentford, who found themselves in acres of space down this right wing. I don't know where Manning was, but they cut it back in, and it was a brilliant save from the keeper. Should have done a bit better there, I think, the Brentford striker, but it was a good save. And we had the ball not long after that with the goalkeeper. Fantastic, well, not fantastic, it was almost went out for a throw-in, but fantastic play there from Skill to play De La Vega back in. He ran down the left wing, played it into Eze, and he smashed it into the back of the net. It was a brilliant goal, started right from the keeper. Fantastic team goal. Our big signing, the new Messi, involved there with an assist. Our star player in Eze got the goal, so that was nice to see. First goal of the game went to us in this big, highly contested match. But obviously, a 1-0 lead, you can't get comfortable with that because you could lose it at any moment. Fantastic tackle there, and we played it through to Wells, who was one-on-one, and it was a brilliant save from the keeper. He kept them in it there. If we had scored that, then it would have been hard to see Brentford getting back into this. However, from the resulting throw-in, Eze and De La Vega again playing the ball between themselves. This time De La Vega smashes it into the top corner. Brilliant strike, and Eze repays the favour because he assisted De La Vega this time. For the first goal, it was the other way around, and you can clearly see who the two star players are in the team right now. They played amazing in this match, and a brilliant link-up play there to score an absolutely banging goal. At half-time, we had both had 6 shots and 6 on target each, so it was very, very even. We were slightly lucky to be 2-0 up, but as soon as the second offside, they had a dangerous ball across goal, but we cleared it, and again on the counter, Jose Samuel down the right. He's going to be very dangerous, he's very quick. We cut it back to Eze, who smashed it into the goal. We were 3-0 up just after half-time. Surely there's no way we're going to throw this away. It's another fantastic move from us. Jose Samuel feels very dangerous, especially on the counter-attack. Rico Henry, I believe, is pretty fast, and he got absolutely destroyed there in the race. However, not long after that, we gave the ball away in just inside our half. They got the ball. We didn't pressure them enough, and it was a brilliant strike. Went right into the top corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could do about that. It was a fantastic strike from Ollie Watkins. That was brilliant. And obviously from the centre, I did try and go straight for goal, but Brentford were on the ball again on the counter. Manning again out of position. They're in. It was a brilliant save, but no one was there. Our defenders couldn't react in time for the rebound. And within 2 minutes, Brentford were right back into this match. Then made it 2-2. And they're on the attack again. Plays it into the middle. Good block and a fantastic save again from the keeper. We can't throw this away. We were 3-0 up not that long ago. And just after 70 minutes, I decided it was time for a change or two. De La Vega was still injured and was tiring. Eze was also tiring a bit, so I decided to take both of them off. I did decide to put Che on the wing because he has a bit more pace than Morris, and I thought that is more important in a winger because they're also going to be running down the wing. So I decided to make those two changes, and not too long after the substitutions, Brentford had the ball here again. They were attacking, they were looking for that equaliser, and another amazing save from the keeper. He saved us a lot in this match. We could have been 2-3 goals down by now. From the resulting corner, they still had the ball. We didn't manage to clear it properly. It was just outside our area. He got past the defender. However, we did manage to get clear in the end. A tame shot there from their player. Easy save for our keeper. And we almost got it through to Morris there, the young kid who is obviously going to be the future of the club. You know, Brentford were here trying to play it out. They gave it straight to Jose Samuel, who played it to Wells, who crossed it, and Morris with a brilliant finish. He just delicately placed it over the keeper, and the young boy has managed to get his first goal for QPR in the league. It was brilliant. You know, he's already a hero with the fans now. Scoring this match, especially at the end here, to ease everyone's hearts, to be honest. I can imagine a lot of people would have been having heart attacks at how good Brentford were playing. He's entered himself into the history books of that, and we managed to win the game 4-2. We weren't too good in that match. You know, you could argue that Brentford were better. They did have more shots and more on target as well, but at the end of the day, they didn't score more goals than us. We were more clinical. Our goalkeeper, you know, does deserve great credit for that because he was insane. The amount of saves he made was ridiculous. The amount of high quality ones as well. They weren't just, you know, little p-rollers to him. They were very good saves. Unfortunately, De La Vega will be out for a few weeks. However, we do have a little bit of cover there. You know, Chair can come on and play there. We could also put Morris there if we needed to. And obviously because he's injured, he can't do training. So I decided to put Morris in training. And he got a B on his first one, so not too bad. Keeps are still getting trained, still doing well as well, which is always nice. And at the end of the episode, we are in 5th place. We're still in the playoffs, we're doing very, very well. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that match against Brentford especially. If you did, please make sure to like, comment as well, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one.